Hello everyone and welcome to the next episode of the developer's gameplay, where we will play the second operation of the US campaign in Strategic Mind Fight for Freedom, and that will be Operation Market Garden. So let's load our save from one of the previous episodes when we finished Normandy landings. Okay, so we've got quite a lot of prestige, so let's jump into it. But first, let's listen what the generals have to say.
If my plan is successful, which it will be, no doubt, we'll open a direct road to Berlin. That's quite a prize, isn't it? But then, let's not count our chickens before they are hatched. I heard the Germans have fortified the route we're taking. Flamethrowers and sappers will come in handy.
Montgomery's plan is too risky, and this is me saying that. Make sure our tanks are ready to rush the enemy the moment we give the word. Something tells me our paratroopers might end up in dire straits.
I agree with Patton. The plan is quite risky, but the gains could be enormous if it succeeds. Of course, Field Marshal Montgomery will be even more full of himself, but that's a price we can pay for liberating Belgium and the Netherlands in one fell swoop.
Okay, so let's have a look at our HQ skills. We've got 400 victory points. So first of all, let's see. This is interesting skill. But I'm not sure how many assault guns we'll have for now. There are lots of really great skills. So let's probably get our troops composed first. So first of all, it's important to increase the strength of your units. You can increase it to 10 plus unit level, and increasing it increases both damage output and HP. So its overstrength units are much more powerful, so you should probably prioritize that over growing the number. So it really depends. At first you would probably want to get more units, but then when you reach certain amount, it's better to overstrength them. But we have plenty of prestige, so we will do both basically. Okay, so let's see what do we have in terms of heroes. So yeah, what about recon? Okay, so yeah, basically don't have any heroes yet, so let's look at them after one of the next operations. Let's see if we have any upgrades. So this is basically a new version. Greyhound is also good. M18. Yeah, so basically we have top units. We could probably upgrade Priest into M12. And I think it's really worth it. So let's go ahead and upgrade it. And let's probably get a couple more. This is really powerful, like 5 range artillery is a very long range guns actually with decent stats. So I'd really basically some of the signature US units. We've got some more powerful but less mobile artillery. And we got some, yeah, basically similar but out. Yeah, let's have a look at artillery basically. Yeah, I guess I'll get an M12. don't see any reason not to. Yeah, let's get ourselves a couple more of those. I guess I'd want one more infantry unit, so I would get US Army Rangers. Can we upgrade our regulars to Rangers? It's probably a bit too expensive for now. We'll do it later, I guess. Yeah. And we've got Mustang, but yeah, so Thunderbolt is much better against ground targets, but otherwise it's not a much of a difference as a fighter. I'd probably want to get myself a second fighter to fight with the enemy air force more effectively. I will probably get... Oh, it's actually quite expensive, so I might not have the money for it right now. Let's equip our troops with decent half-tracks. So let's get all of them. Yeah, actually, some of it is really... Yes, let's get flamethrowers for these. Let's get maybe some sappers and maybe some subcaliber shells for those. Let's get additional, or rather, maybe let's get a searchlight for this one. How much ammunition does it have? Only 2. So let's give it additional ammo for sure, and incendiary cells. Maybe I went one artillery too far, or shouldn't have upgraded, I'm not sure. Because right now I'm really low on prestige and I cannot really can't really make it's important to get flamethrowers and sappers in this battle, as we were told by other generals. So I guess I will put some northern bomb sight, although no, I'd probably just give it a radar and discard bombs. Let's see. Well, let's give it a bomb sight for now, I guess. Yeah, so we've spent all of our prestige basically. Let's see if we have anything left for this. Yeah, well, let's give it a small grenade actually, why not? And let's level up our units. So for the artillery I would always go for mobile first. I'll take force march for the infantry, and yeah, I probably want to reinforce these guys, but I don't have enough prestige, so they will be at 10 for now. Maybe I could remove some strengths from B17 and add it to artillery. That would probably be better. And for those guys. Yeah, okay, so now we are at 0. And as we've got ourselves a bunch of artillery, let's get a couple of frontline artillery levels. Also, mobile transporter is good, but we don't have many tanks and assault guns right now. Let's get Patton Rush. All infantry gains overrun. And let's see what we have left. Tankman courses could be nice. But I'd rather level up the aviation recon for now, I think. Okay, let's start Operation Market Garden and see what happens next.
Congratulations on your promotion, Field Marshal Montgomery.
Why, thank you. I have done quite a bit of real soldiering in my life. Naturally, 5 stars reflect that better than 4.
Prime Minister Churchill seems to think so. But down to business. We must take the Ruhr industrial area from the Germans. Any thoughts?
My staff and I have a plan for a surprise offensive. We'll capture the main bridges and cross the Rhine River. The paratroopers will lead the charge on this one.
A bold plan. The gains could be enormous, but the risks are high.
Give me full control of the operation and I'll negate those risks. One hard push in the north will open the road to Berlin.
Berlin, of course, is the main prize. Field Marshal, I can't give you full control over all Allied resources, but I will give your army groups supply priority.
Splendid. That is all I need.
I will also transfer the Paratrooper Corps to your command. But Montgomery, you must act only when you're absolutely sure of success. Let's leave the gambling at the poker table.
Gentlemen, Operation Market Garden, devised by Field Marshal Montgomery, has gone belly up. At first, our paratroopers landed in the enemy's rear and took the key bridges in Eindhoven, Nijmegen, and Arnhem. They ended up encircled immediately, and our mechanized units are advancing too slowly to help them on time. So far, the paratroopers have managed to hold off the enemy, but the situation is critical. I order you to break through to them at any cost and secure the bridges they captured. Without them, there will be no Allied offensive in the Netherlands.
Gambling doesn't seem to be your strong suit, Monty. Look at the mess you've gotten our boys into. You've taken them a bridge too far.
That plan was superb and you very well know it. It just didn't account for several German divisions which our intelligence service has somehow managed to miss entirely.
Gentlemen, enough. Those paratroopers need our help, so help we will. Mobilize all available forces and break through to our boys. We cannot lose our elite units like this. Now make haste, while we still have somebody left to save.
Okay, so let's start deploying our troops. Yeah, so basically we have to break through to our guys this location, and this location. And yeah, try to keep them alive. So I'll deploy most of my forces here probably to break through to here fast, and then we'll have another group of forces attacking towards these areas to clear them on time.
Ranger team waiting for orders.
Let's deploy one of our army rangers here, and maybe let's give some artillery support here as well. Do we have a recon there? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, well, we have recons everywhere, so I'd rather send my own recon here. And let's try to keep AA somewhere in the middle so it can help out either groups. So I guess I will put my artillery in here and place an anti-tank unit here and a tank unit here, along with another regulars, another rangers, and let's place our regular forces here to attack through the center. And regarding the aviation, I guess I'll just put it here for now, or maybe like here. And let's see what happens next. Okay, so first of all we need to get to this group, so those are two regulars. Let's move. Do they have any? No, they don't have any ranged weapons, so let's move our artillery closer and start firing. Okay, we've got an assault gun here as well. So
We bailed out our boys at Eindhoven, continuing to the next group.
okay, let's actually use these paratroopers to keep advancing, at least these guys, put them here, and those will probably keep holding the airfield. We can also move our troops here, and let's keep those guys here and start advancing in this direction. Yes, so we are more or less done with that group, although we have an anti-aircraft gun here, so let's put it closer to the front. Yeah, so I guess we'll have to clear this city first and then go upward.
Swift and deadly. Got a job that requires indiscretion?
Let's send in our strategic bombers.
Surgical strike incoming. Don't need to tell me twice. We provide the delicate touch. Coordinates received.
Let's finish off that artillery.
This can't be too difficult, Duck Honey.
Let's use frontline artillery skill and fire at those guys as well. Let's actually bomb these guys.
Rest easy. We're here to intervene. Who called the air support? Close air support standing by. Fighter squadron reporting. It will all be over soon. I'll see to it. Time to prove myself. Yes, Commander. Without delay. Open fire.
Recon vehicle reporting. St. Montana for sure. Need a spotter?
Okay.
Time for thrilling.
Yeah, let's start demining this area already. And let's move artillery closer to support from the any enemy attack. We can also move forward with our tanks. Although they don't have any... Oh, actually, those are Churchill assault guns. So yeah, let's keep them closer up front. And let's put Firefly tanks in here. Okay, so I want this area cleared. So let's actually use some scouting. Okay, so there is quite a lot of the enemy forces. I guess I want to call on the strategic bombing here. They have a lot of units grouped up, so it would be useful to deal some damage to them. Also, we can move this artillery unit in here and start firing on their positions. Forgot about those tank unit. Sloppy play on my part. Should have attacked it first with artillery, I guess. And let's move assault gun closer and basically bomb all of that. Okay, our M18 has leveled up, so let's level up mobile. Let's move our Firefly up here, move in here, attack the gun. Okay, we've got those guys. Okay, let's use fight. Yes, let's use our Mustang to finish off those guys. Let's move our AA gun here as well. Let's move to these woods and start demining for now. Yeah, I guess those guys will just stay in here for now and wait for some reinforcements from here to join them later when they move on. I think that's about it. We just have these units left. I guess we can start bombing these guys here, although my bad, didn't scout it out. Guess I could move in here probably. Yeah. Don't have any resources left basically, so I will just cover this bomber. We will likely lose this one, although it should get some AA cover, so maybe not. Yeah, so let's keep this bomber in the back for now. And finish the turn. Yeah, well, as I said, they would try to attack that bomber. Yeah, unfortunately there are quite a lot of enemy fighters there, so...
General Eisenhower, we could really use a port close to the front line. There are several fitting settlements around the mouth of the River Scheldt.
In that case, send our troops to capture them, George. But make haste, before we lose our momentum and the Germans launch a counterattack.
Yeah, let's start moving these troops back, I guess. Yes, there is only one infantry unit left, so... I guess we'll take those with the recon, and let's start moving these guys back. Let's start attacking this area now. Okay, there are some enemy tank counterattack. So let's see what we can do about it. Let's call for some air recon. Okay. So, is there any AA in the area? Doesn't seem like it. Let's actually start bombing those guys. Okay.
My informants report a curious snippet. A high-ranking SS officer has left Breda and is headed north with a pack of secret documents. If you wish to know what the German High Command is up to, that man seems very well informed.
General Patton, we need that officer alive. Send someone resourceful to intercept him, but do not bomb the convoy, from air or otherwise.
Understood, General Eisenhower. We'll get that Nazi.
Okay, I'm not sure my recon could get there on time, but let's at least try to intercept it. So let's try to take that city first.
Surrender or die. This can't be too different from duck hunting.
Red-blooded Americans with guns. Take aim. Yes, Commander.
Assault gun ready for duty.
Oh, let's actually use our reserve bomber here as well.
Surgical strike incoming.
Tanks ready for duty.
We'll flatten them.
Who are we? The big damn heroes. Pick your targets. Need a spotter? Glamorous elites are here. You never had a chance. Ranger team waiting for orders.
Oh, actually we can attack it with the rangers due to the pattern rush overrun. So basically by learning HQ skill pattern rush we've got overrun on our infantry and we were able to go through the city and now
The
capture
SS
this.
officer is in our custody.
I swear, if that lousy Hun bastard doesn't spill the beans, I'll shoot him myself.
Stay calm, George. The German told us everything. He sees as well as we do that Hitler's days are numbered.
Yeah, well, let's see what other aircraft we have left to deal with those tanks. Because we've used most of our attacks basically, and we have to deal with this assault gun as well. So let's use any remaining aircraft to deal with it.
This ain't my first rodeo. Sky's the limit. Running is their only choice.
Okay, let's capture these guys and move to this forest. Although, let's actually keep going in here.
Fight the good fight, yes sir.
Understood. Blown apart.
Red-blooded Americans with guns.
Talk to me, Chief. We hear you.
Yeah, so we've managed everything here in the central part, and let's see what do we have here. Guess we have to start dealing with the enemy fighters, but I'd rather destroy bombers, some bombers as well, because they deal really big damage to the to our ground units, especially artillery. Let's try to Okay, I guess we have to cover some of our planes here. So let's actually move it in here.
Rest easy. We're here to intervene. Aces high. It will all be over soon. I'll see to it. Air defense set up.
Yeah, maybe we could.
We will hold the line.
Yeah, I guess those guys can retreat for now.
All American infantry. We're moving.
Yeah, okay, so we got into the minefield. Let's see what we can do. Do we have any units with sappers? Okay, let's change equipment. Okay, we cannot because this supply point is damaged. But we can probably change it around this supply point, so let's change this tanks equipment to sapper squad. And let's move in here and try to remove the mines. Let's start firing. And let's keep moving with our units forward. And let's reinforce actually, because those are valuable units. And protect it with anti-air gun. Should have moved it closer. Guess we'll move the guys here to cover our right flank. And let's clear those mines. Okay, so I guess we're done. Actually not.
Stay alert. Stay alive. Get ready to fire again.
Let's start dealing with this AT gun actually. Okay, so we'll have to deal with that anti-aircraft gun next turn. Now this infantry is probably too far from our A gun, so that's not ideal. Okay. Well, let's move in here, shall we? And let's end the turn. Okay, night turn. Okay, so we've got our B-26 badly damaged, so let's retreat with it. And let's see what we can do here. Yeah, so night turns are tricky, but let's see whether we can squeeze something out of it. Let's see what we can do about this bomber.
Eyes on target. It will all be over soon. I'll see to it. Watch these moves. Understood. Engaging. Let's go.
American artillery reporting.
Yeah, those guys are badly damaged.
This ain't my first rodeo. Yes, Commander. Down. Go. You need more ammo. Like now. Attention.
Let's actually demine first, then move in here. Yeah, there are lots of enemy fighters, so I guess I'll keep bombers landed for now, and we'll build up some anti-aircraft defense in here. You can see the aircraft actually on the models actually on the airfield here. Okay, so this one got badly damaged. Let's retreat with it. Let's actually capture those one.
Surgical strike incoming.
Who are we? The big damn heroes.
Well, let's actually move into this forest with recon, and let's move closer with AA and artillery.
Assault gun standing by. Metal to the metal.
American artillery reporting. Anytime, anywhere. Captured with extreme prejudice.
Yeah.
Anti-air artillery.
Now let's fire on those bombers. And let's keep moving. So we've captured this seaport. Now we have to capture this one and this one. So we'll have to move through to here. Great. Let's see. Yeah, so due to unit lines, I've heard that it's basically running out of ammo, so it's prudent to move it back into the supply area indicated by the white boxes. So yeah, let's move back a bit.
is it, Chief? Firing on the target.
Won't let a mouse slip through. Not much of a disguise you've got, boy. We've got a sneaky bastard up ahead. Say the word. Finally, some field work. Target locked. No escape now. Finally, some field work.
Well, let's end the turn. We're actually starting to run out of turns for this one, so let's
We
actually
managed
keep
to
moving.
save the paratroopers pinned down on the bridge in Nijmegen. Now, it's time to save our boys in Arnhem.
For your consideration, General Eisenhower, a shipment of cutting-edge German night vision devices has arrived in Kleve. They were intended for the 2nd SS Panzer Corps.
But they'll just have to do without. I'll give orders to capture Kleve and secure that equipment. Thanks for the tip, General Donovan.
Let's use tank flamethrower to deal with that fort and move forward.
What is it, Chief?
Okay, so let's move forward.
Red-blooded Americans with guns. American artillery reporting. Field artillery ready for duty. Say the word. Tanks ready for duty.
Let's see what we have here. So, first of all, we can deal with those fighter units.
Like a snake in the grass.
The Yanks are coming. Strike hard, strike loud. Coordinates received. Any orders for us?
No one will slip past us.
Where do you need us?
Red-blooded Americans with guns. Strike hard, strike loud. Strike first, strike hard. No mercy.
Hey, Spotter. We got a sneaky bastard up ahead.
Tank squadron standing by.
Yeah, let's see. Maybe we could do something with that flag gun. Doesn't seem like it. Let's use one of our B-17 probably. Do we have any? No, they are too far, it would seem.
Give us liberty or give us death.
This can't be too different from Dunkirk.
Okay, so let's keep advancing.
Fighter squadron reporting.
guess we'll go for an attack on this fighter, and then we'll use our Mustang. Yeah, I think these are all of our fighters for now. Although, let's send one here to deal with this bomber. And let's actually bomb these guys. Attack them with our tank, and finally capture this location with our recon. Okay, so our recon has just leveled up. Let's get him +1 move point, I'd say, and keep moving. Yeah, those are half tracks. Let's fire at this bar, and let's start dealing with this infantry. Maybe fire a couple of times. In case it's pioneers, that's why there is so little damage. Because they have skill in reducing the non-lethal damage they get. So what will we get fired by? Okay, this artillery. I'd probably try to get rid of it, but let's see what our aircraft could do. Yeah, let's go ahead and bomb it. Let's send our recon to capture it. Yeah, I guess this is it for now, and we'll use this infantry to start pushing here, I guess. Let's see, what do we have left in terms of aircraft. Okay, so let's start bombing this location. Actually, do they have? Yeah, they have flamethrowers, so let's move them in here to attack that fort next turn. And with these guys, I guess we can move in here and attack. So Willis could attack from afar because they got 37mm M3 anti-tank gun. Okay, so let's actually keep pushing towards this area. Oh, we could actually also use this tank's flamethrower as well. Start firing on these guys. Probably we'll keep it in the back for now. Yes, this is it.
The U.S. Air Force is here.
Let's move it back to this airfield, I guess,
We'll swoop down on you.
and move to the next turn. Okay, so we've started getting rid of the enemy fighters.
That's right. Be on your way. That's right. Be on your way.
Okay, let's reach our last
We
group of
reached our
paratroopers.
boys before the Germans could crush them, General Marshal. The strategic crossings have been secured.
Good to hear. Looks like this operation can be salvaged. We must build on our momentum, gentlemen. Field Marshal Montgomery, if I remember correctly, you had a plan to capture the Netherlands in one strike.
Indeed, we must take Bergen, Breda, Tilburg, 's-Hertogenbosch, Gorinchem, Dordrecht, Hague, and Utrecht.
Okay, so we've got a new objective, and the night vision devices are here. So let's okay.
Yes, Commander. We're on a mission from God. Hit it.
Attention, all American infantry. Go ham on them. This will defend. St. Montana for sure. Everything is timed.
On our way, sir.
Let's start firing at these guys.
Talk to me, Chief.
Anytime, anywhere. Artillery standing by.
Ready to clip some wings. Down you go. It will all be over soon. I'll see to it. No more. Ammunition is dangerously low. Watch these moves. Ammunition is dangerously low.
Let's actually land and then attack this flag.
Won't let a mouse slip through. Engaging the enemy. Quiet, y'all. Commander's talking.
Tank crew awaiting orders. Take aim.
All American infantry. Onwards.
We'll be there. Yes, sir. Ranger team waiting for orders.
Need a spark?
No keeping the lid on us.
Full blast. Hit 'em.
Swift and deadly. Moving to designated. Go, go, go! U.S. Army Rangers.
We'll handle it. We'll do, Chief.
Ranger team waiting for orders. Our boys have captured the German night vision devices. Those will make our tanks much more versatile.
So we've got 3
and deadlier.
NVDs. We could later install them on our self-propelled units or like tank units to so that they would be more effective at night. Let's move here and capture this. Let's move towards that objective as well. Let's see what we can do. Okay, we've already used that. Let's keep moving in that direction. Well, we'll probably want to bomb this location as well. Let's deal with this Puma first, though. Okay.
US Army Rangers. And muscle and army work. Guts and glory. Guns of freedom. Establishing no-fly zone. Fast and hard-hitting. Yes, sir.
Okay, should have attacked with flamethrower tank here. Okay, let's do it next turn. And let's start moving with rangers. Let's actually... okay, let's finish off this bomber. And then let's use our mosquito here to deal with this fort. Okay, let's bomb these guys. Do we have... okay, so these bombers can start bombing it, but it's not very effective so far. Yeah, so let's keep it here for now. Yeah, now we can take this location, go here, destroy, demine. Okay, assault gun. Let's move it in here and see. Yeah, I think these guys have flamethrowers, so they can probably get in behind and destroy this fort next turn. Yeah, so let's keep moving with these boys. Let's keep moving M18s up here. I'm not sure how much forces I need here. I'll recon it next turn, but I hope not too much. And let's keep moving in here. Where do I need this tank? Let's move it in here for now. Let's keep it in here for now. That side of the river is fortified with powerful pack guns. Okay, let's move this recon in here. And yeah, let's keep AA guns closer to the front line. I guess we can move in here to get ready to fire on these guns next turn. Okay, so here we'll use them to... okay. Those are some powerful guns here, so... and we have nothing to engage them with. So we'll just defend for now. Let's go. Yeah, well, that wasn't the best move, I guess. It's good that we've moved our AA guns further up front. And nighttime again. Okay, so I won't do any more heroics with this Willys Jeep. Let's just move it back, especially against Sturmpanzer 4. It's not really a fair fight, so let's retreat for now. I guess they've reckoned the enemy well enough. And actually Sturmpanzer is on a breach, so despite nighttime it gets serious penalty from being on the breach. And it has some attack penalties, so maybe it's a good time to attack it actually. Well, it's not great, but it's something. Okay, so this is probably empty. Let's actually rearm and keep bombing these guys. Okay, let's take this position. Let's see what we can do about those guys. Let's see if there are any other units. Okay, this is anti-tank gun.
According to our intel, the Germans have sent a Panther tank division to the Netherlands. It's currently being unloaded at the depot in Amersfoort.
No better opportunity to capture a Panther than when it's not crewed. We should try to take the Germans by surprise and take the tanks from under them.
Well, we can try to use this tank to sneak up on them, I guess. Okay, let's move in here. So, what do we do about these guys? I'm not sure actually. Well, let's get rid of this plane. And let's move this artillery back. Assault gun would also come in handy. So there's some pioneers as well, so hard to deal with them. Let's concentrate on this vulnerable Sturmpanzer. Okay, Sturmpanzer destroyed.
Who are we? The big damn heroes. Attention! Rangers standing by. Rangers lead the way.
Fighting a good fight, yes sir. On our way over there.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, let's see what we can do in here, and let's... So, I think we had some... yeah, those guys with the flamethrower here to deal with this. And then they can also deal with this one. We can already start bombing those guys. Let's actually proceed with the strategic bombers, because they don't need refueling for quite a while. And let's use tank flamethrowers on this one as well. Let's keep firing on that 80 gun. Well, that's not good placement, but I hope that enemy won't be able to capitalize on that. Yeah, this pattern rush skill is really powerful. I mean the HQ one. So basically we are using some mobile warfare tactics here. Well, let's see what we can do here. I guess we can at least start firing on those guys. Let's put recon in here. Maybe we could cross the river there somewhere. Let's attack this bomber, and let's use our where is our core fighter, I wonder? Okay, we've already used it. Then let's use some regular one to deal with it. Okay, those guys are out of ammo. I hope they don't die. Okay, let's see what happens next. Okay, we have one more tactical bombers here. Maybe we could use this recon to capture this artillery to keep those this unit hidden. Okay, so these are some stragglers. Let's send them upward. Okay. I don't think we need any additional forces here for now, so yeah, let's keep those guys here for now. Yeah, let's send our recon up as well. Let's move it to this town, and yeah, let's keep moving both our A's that way. And we've got 2 day turns ahead of us, so hopefully we'll proceed well. Okay, we've overwatched, but Didn't do any damage, guess due to the night time, and that being elephant. It's really good when you have high level infantry with entrenchment in a forest. It's really tough for the enemy to deal any damage to them. Okay, we've got rainy weather for now. Let's actually turn our fighter into a bomber. So guess let's give it some. Okay, we can't remove raiders, so let's give it bombs. It's no use. Okay. Okay, we can level up these guys. I would go for veteran of the trenches probably. I guess we would need to wait for the supply a little bit. Let's retreat here. Basically we've damaged the infrastructure too much, so we aren't getting any supplies. But we can bomb those elephants with our bombers. So it's not a big deal. And let's actually capture it with some of our anti-tanks. Oh, we are out of fuel as well on this tank, as you can see, anti-tank rather. So yeah, let's just hold position here for now. And start attacking this anti-tank gun across the river. Okay, these guys need refueling right now. So let's bring them back. I guess those can fight a bit for now. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. But anyway. Okay, dealt with that annoying AT gun, got ourselves another. No, for AA, let's actually learn air combat support first. Mobile is not so good for AAs. Well, that's a bad move. Let's see what do we have left. Well, basically nothing. No, that won't do it. Yeah, this was a stupid move. Well, maybe we could try to draw the attention by capturing that location here. And let's send a recon and see what's going on in here. Okay, so there is a pack gun. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's keep moving in here. Okay, we've captured supply hub, so now our troops here are in supply. Okay, let's keep moving with our forces. Yes, we don't need any more troops down there, so let's start moving up top. Let's see. Okay, so I guess we haven't played out this part yet. So here are some more pack guns. So let's start. Let's encircle this infantry and deal with the guns first. Okay, they've got artillery here as well. I guess I'll maybe need some aircraft support here. Okay, let's move in with the assault guns and get ready to force our advance this way. Let's see what do we have left. Oh, let's bring these guys upward. These guys cannot do anything, these guys as well. These guys are also catching up. Yeah, let's keep it in here for now. Let's move it in here actually. Let's try to cross here probably. Let's retreat to that city and let's end the turn. Yeah, so that was too close for a position for priest. Okay, so Germans are counter-attacking in the center. Okay, let's actually start with this part of the front this time. I keep forgetting about that artillery. So let's send some aircraft to deal with it. Do we have any? Okay, not really. Well, let's take it anyway. Well, let's attack these guys.
Ammunition is dangerously low. Got a visual on the target.
Ranger standing by. Hear you.
Say the word. Air defense set up. Trents, form up. Understood.
Any orders for us?
Let's see what can be done about that entrenched infantry. Okay, so let's hide our recon over there in the forest. And yeah, you can always use your right click or middle mouse button to click on the terrain to see all the detailed information about it and stuff like that.
Sky's the limit.
Okay, let's use our bombs and try to deal with these guys.
Copy that. It will all be over soon. I'll see to it. The pipe.
All American infantry.
Can't hide from me.
We will
Yeah. Let's actually recon and see what's going on in here. Okay. Well, maybe we can take this point with this infantry and cut off these guys from supply, otherwise it would be really hard to take on them. We could actually also get some reinforcement for our guys. Let's actually get this M4 Sherman assault gun and level it up with mobile, and then we can put it here from the reserve and move it up next turn. We can also probably make use of this artillery, so that should be useful.
No keeping the lid on us.
attention.
Who are we? The big damn heroes.
Red-blooded Americans with guns.
Ranger standing by. Who are we? The big damn heroes.
Stars and stripes.
Understood. Take aim.
Who are we fighting today, Sarge?
Open fire.
Okay.
U.S. Army Rangers.
Get ready to fire again.
Got a job that requires indiscretion? Ranger team waiting for orders. Stars and stripes. Forever. Shock and awe. Rolling out.
Say the word. Not much of a disguise you've got, boy. Not much of a disguise you've got, boy.
Any orders for us? Rolling out.
Need to resupply. En route.
Yeah, actually they are almost in range. Well, let's keep them in here for now.
Need to resupply. En route. Adjusting angle of approach. Need to resupply. Orders confirmed. No ammunition. Like greased lightning. Like greased lightning. Need to resupply. Understood. Understood. We provide the delicate touch.
Okay, so let's use these bombers also for this attack. Well, next turn we'll probably start taking it. Okay, so here the situation is a bit more tricky, and we don't have any air support there. So we'll have to deal with what we've got. And we'd probably need some air support in this region, because otherwise it will be hard to take those panzer tanks there on time. Okay, let's fire again. Yeah, let's move in here. Attack these guys. Retreat a little bit. Surrender. Yeah, now we have to deal with that, guys. Yeah, let's send some guys down there. We have plenty of infantry in here. Let's start moving on this city. Okay, I guess we'll need to move some aircraft to this location next turn.
The Nazis are launching rocket strikes against London. Their new rockets, V2, aren't very precise, but they got the Brits terrified, and for good reason. Winston Churchill asked me personally to take care of this. According to our intel, the Nazi rocket bases are somewhere around Higgs. Capture them.
As an Englishman, I request to handle this matter in person. Those barbaric attacks must not go on for much longer.
Okay, so we've just could have lost our HQ recon, so let's actually move it back. That would have cost us an operation, but it did recon the enemy Tiger, a really powerful unit, so we'll have to think what to do with it. Okay. Okay, let's actually... I would prefer to start bombing Tiger, but for now I would probably just retreat a little bit. And let's see what we can do about that objective with the Pander tanks. So we've got an anti-tank gun. I guess we'll need one of the fighters to make an Overwatch breakthrough here. And then
Proceeding.
okay.
5x5. Weapons free. Approaching at high speed. Flying leathernecks. We provide the delicate touch. Dropping it. Adjusting angle of approach. We provide the delicate touch.
Yeah, so our bombers are too far, unfortunately.
With guns. Still time, people. Everything is tight. Yeah, the way. Yes. We'll run them over. On our way.
Oh, we've got into 80 ambush.
Got a job that requires indiscretion. We'll be there. Yes, sirree. USSR Rangers.
Yeah.
Recon vehicle prime for action.
Repositioning. En route. No need to tell me twice.
Gunnery has arrived. On our way, sir. We hear you.
Yeah, let's get ready tank with flamethrowers for the crossing. And let's bring our assault gun as well.
Bomber squadron is here.
Ranger team waiting for orders. We're running out of ammo. Impossible.
Okay, let's see what do we have left in terms of aircraft.
Fight the good fight, yes, sir.
On our way over there. Flying leathernecks. Coordinates received. Rest easy. We're here to handle it. We'll handle it. Begin the barrage.
Got a job that requires indiscretion.
GIs are here.
Okay.
Everything is tight. 5x5.
Let's actually transfer this aircraft also closer to here.
Aces high. We'll swoop down on them. Adjusting angle of approach. Orders, Chief. We'll handle it.
Recon vehicle reporting. Recon vehicle ready to roll.
Yeah, I guess Tiger is not impressed by our anti-tank ambush. Okay, so first of all, let's take care of this objective because that's the very last turn we can try to do it. So let's move in and let's try to bomb it.
On the move. In the light, making Uncle Sam proud. Roger, roger. Understood. Engage. Approaching at high speed. We'll be fighting today, Sergeant.
Let's use some additional.
Coordinates received. At once. Smoke.
Actually, yeah, we've dealt with this problem.
We captured those enemy tank crews, General. The crews and their tanks.
Okay, so this is anti-aircraft. Let's actually use some strategic bombing here and start crossing to this part as well. So basically I want to encircle and these enemy troops in here. Well, we've got a Panzer D tank here. Let's level it up. Yes, with the aggressive maneuver. Okay, let's start crossing. Let's level up the tank. Yeah, well, I guess we're lacking a little bit of forces here, and this anti-aircraft gun placement is not the best, but maybe we still can improve on it. Okay, so let's try to deal with this AT. Yeah. Okay. We could actually use a railroad to transfer those guys faster. We'll do it next turn. So now they've just loaded the train. They didn't have any move points left anyways. Let's see what do we have in terms of aircraft. Okay, so we'll need to wait one turn for this port to be repaired. We cannot embark on ship when the port is below 6 HP. Yes, we'll start just firing at these guys. Why not? Need to deal with them anyway if we want to land here. Okay, so this island is cleared, and we'll move artillery here the next turn and start bombarding this island. Not sure about that one. Oh shit, we actually are in trouble because we have to deal with this Tiger tank, and we don't have any aircraft left, so yeah, that's not something I really wanted to, so let's just retreat for now. And wait for the Air Force to arrive and save the day. Probably that's it. Could probably start already moving in here. Don't have any reconnaissance. Although the Tiger worries me. No, I'd rather not move for now. Let's end the turn. Okay, let's finish this bottom corner first, probably. That would be long overdue. Do we have any craft here? Probably bomb these guys. Okay. Do we have any more? Okay, let's attack. And let's... Okay, we've got -3 entrenchment, but it's still no good. Okay. Let's start dealing with these guys as well. Okay. Okay, let's use tank flamethrower here as well, actually, and retreat a little bit. So here we can just start bombing these guys, I would say. I would probably want to put bombs on my fighters instead of aerial cameras, because we've already got air superiority. So now we can just start using them as a tactical bombers basically, and you know, like, fighter bomber doctrine was actually used by the Allies, where there would be like both fighter and bomber purpose for the aircraft. Okay, so let's keep storming this position. Let's move up the air defense. Yeah, I guess we could use this artillery here to start attacking here already.
American artillery reporting. Enemies are trying to retreat. Fighting a good fight, yes, sir. One high explosive coming right up. We'll be there. Yes, sirree.
Okay, let's move forward with this force.
American armor. Quiet, y'all. Commander's talking. Not much of a disguise you got, boy. We're on the move.
Yeah, let's proceed this way. Okay, so we have to capture launch locations for the V2 rockets. And let's use all air force we have to start dealing with this Tiger tank. Let's use this M18 to finish off the enemy unit.
Loud and clear. Say the word.
There before you know it.
Tank busters on standby.
The Yanks are coming.
Yeah, let's move forward. Okay, so maneuver worked out successfully. We've dealt with the Tiger. Now we can embark on ship. Move in here. Actually, I've messed it up because I have to sell half track first, because otherwise I wouldn't be able. It's a heavy equipment, so I cannot land with it. I can only land at a seaport
We've
with it.
driven the Germans away from the Scheldt, General Eisenhower. Our reinforcements are arriving as we speak.
Good. The liberation of the Netherlands seems to be going well.
Okay, so we've captured this. Now we'll use this seaport to land here and take these towns. Is there any enemy forces? Okay, let's start. Let's actually start landing here already, and let's start shelling them. And let's bring these tanks down, rather up into the fray. Let's move those guys back as well. I do not need them any longer.
We took the asset. Time for thrilling heroics. Almost out of ammo.
Okay, so there are some AA still left and artillery, so we'll have to deal with those next turn. And let's see, what do we have left? Okay, so I completely forgot about these guys. Yeah. Okay, so I guess we'll attack that artillery from behind and then start moving with this force. Although I'd already would like to start moving some forces a bit closer. Oh yeah, that was tough, I guess. Do we have any more? Yeah. Any more aircraft? Well, let's use strategic bombers to attack this anti-tank guns. Probably they got overwatched, but for strategic bombers it's not so problematic, I would say. Let's see if we have any more aircraft left. Let's start bringing all of our aircraft upward. Yeah. Got some pretty serious losses actually. Well, didn't lose any units except for the tactical bomber, but overall it's not looking too great. Well, let's see. Okay, those guys retreated.
More V-2 rockets fall on London. Don't you think it's time to put an end to it?
Yeah, I totally think it's time to put an end to it, but let's see. Okay, so could probably capture one of those with the recon. Okay. What else? It's weird. Why is it out 1 out of 6? That's strange. Let's actually bomb these guys.
The U.S. Air Force is here. Recon vehicle prime for action. Close air support standing by.
Field artillery ready for duty. We're going. Vengeance is upon thee. Tanks ready for duty. Covering ground. Overwhelming force. Understood. Thus always tyrants. U.S. Army Rangers.
Stay alert. Stay alive. Talk to me, Chief. Watch out for collateral damage. Surrender or die.
Tank busters on standby.
This can't be too different from duck hunting.
Yes, Commander. Tank crew awaiting orders. Shock and awe.
Nice infrastructure. Shame if something happened to it. Flying to the coordinates.
Okay,
Tell me twice.
we'll have to land at that airfield next turn.
No need to tell me twice. En route. Grunts, form up.
Sky's the limit. Understood. Engage. Let's go.
American artillery reporting. Fire and brimstone. This will defend.
Okay, captured supply.
Howitzer tank reporting. Surrender or die.
Field artillery ready for duty. Got a job that requires indiscretion.
Okay.
Ranger team waiting for orders.
Let's level up these guys as well. I guess right now we just have an overwhelming number advantage on the enemy. So
Rest easy. We're here to intervene. Understood. Roger, roger. This ain't my first rodeo. Approaching at high speed.
let's just finish those guys already.
Strike first, strike hard. No mercy. Air defense set up.
Fast and hard hitting. Key asset captured. For peace and freedom. Yes, Commander. Blow them to kingdom come. One high explosive coming right up. Fire and brimstone.
Yeah, those are some last enemy pockets here. Let's keep moving actually. And yeah, we have to actually board some.
Swift and deadly. Guns of freedom. American artillery reporting. Tanks ready for duty. Covering ground. Open fire.
Quiet, y'all. Commander's talking.
Aircraft got him on the move.
There before you know it.
Okay, so it seems this at least this hex is empty.
Big damn heroes.
Target locked. No escape now.
Close air support standing by. Surgical strike incoming. Get well. Nothing gets past us.
Let's actually take it back for rearming.
Adjusting angle of approach. Who called the air support?
And yeah, and keep bombing. Let's
Confirmed.
actually deal with the AA.
Get well. Close air support standing by. Dropping it. Orders confirmed. The U.S. Air Force is here.
Let's start attacking this artillery as well.
Almost out of ammo.
Yeah, let's fire with this artillery.
Almost out of ammo. Had a chance.
I guess we are in trouble now, as this port is basically too damaged to keep using it as a port, so we'll need to wait for it for repairs.
No ammo. Time for some hand-to-hand. Field artillery ready for duty. Yes.
Well, it's good that we have enough turns left in reserve.
Stars and stripes.
So we can concentrate on this top part for now.
Recon vehicle reporting. We're all over it.
Okay, let's see what happens with this objective for now.
Our forces have captured all the V2 rocket bases.
Finally, Hitler will stop terrorizing the London populace with his Wunderwaffe. The British nation may rest easy.
Okay, so there was some problem with the counter. We'll fix it in the next update.
Copy that. Sky's the limit. Roger, roger.
But the mission itself worked correctly, so that's good.
Vehicle ready to roll.
Give us liberty or give us death.
Need to resupply. Running low on ammo. Scorched earth. Copy that.
Stay alert. Stay alive.
Okay, so we have only Ah, okay, so we have to deal with this gun as well. Well, let's look for some artillery to deal with it, or maybe...
Assault gun ready for duty. On our way. Firing on the target. Am I accurate? I'm a goddamn certain. No need to tell me twice. Running low on ammo. Understood. Need to resupply.
Red-blooded Americans with guns.
Okay, so these guys are now totally out of supply. But it's still a bit tricky to deal with them. Uh, okay, we'll finish them next turn, I suppose.
Guns of freedom. Give us liberty or give us death. All American infantry.
Okay, those guys are finally finished.
GIs on. Infantry moving out. Understood, sir. Infantry moving out. Need to resupply.
Okay, this airfield was repaired, so we can now use it and keep bombing this AT gun. Okay, so that was misclick.
Orders, Chief. Surrender or die.
No one will slip past us.
Yes, Commander.
Let's capture this one.
We provide the delicate touch.
Shocking. Overwhelming force. Rolling out.
No,
USSR.
wanted to go with these guys.
Rangers on the way. Rangers standing by. We're on the move.
Grunts, warm up. Understood, sir.
On our way. For the U.S.
Repositioning.
Guns of freedom. At once. Blow them to kingdom come. Need a spotter? Yeehaw! Tank squadron standing by. Yes. Get ready to fire again.
Am I accurate? I'm a goddamn surgeon.
Recon vehicle prime for action. Take aim. Understood. Any orders for us?
We'll handle it.
Am I accurate? I'm a goddamn surgeon.
Rest easy. We're here to intervene. Aces high.
Okay, those guys can only attack this target, I guess.
Aces high. Time to prove. Howitzer tank reporting.
Just me and the boys. Cracking some tanks open.
Go ham on 'em. Digging in at the strategic.
Yeah, let's take it. Let's take that as well.
Still time, people.
Okay, great. Now we can move this assault gun in here.
Loaded, prepare. Affirmative. Quiet, y'all. Commander's talking.
We'll run them over.
We will hold the line. Understood, sir.
Let's actually deal with those guys. Okay, they cannot restore because restore their damaged because they don't have supplies there on that island because the port is destroyed. So
Infantry moving
let's retreat just in case.
Glory. Stars and stripes.
Air defense reporting. Bringing the gun where it's needed.
Orders, Chief.
Need a spotter? Meaner than a wet panther. Burning diesel. Tank killers ready for duty. Can't see why not. Moving.
Yeah, well, let's move anti-aircraft gun here.
Repositioning.
Well, I'm curious what to do about that island. I guess we'll have to wait a bit. Well, we still have some unfinished business anyways. Although it starts to rain. Okay.
Where do you need us? Got a job that requires indiscretion? Blow them to Kingdom Come. American artillery reporting. Fire and brimstone. Onward. Where do you need us?
Yeah.
Shock and awe.
Need to resupply. How is your tank reporting?
Yes. All American infantry. No ammo. Time for some hand-to-hand. American artillery reporting.
Yeah, let's keep going with these guys. I guess we'll have to wait a couple of turns for this port to be repaired so that we can cross to that island. Actually, it's nice how like the ground and all the units are getting wet with the rain. Really like that visuals. Yeah, so my hope is that this playthrough would be somewhat helpful and instructive to if you have troubles with this operation.
General Eisenhower, we captured all the key cities in the Netherlands.
Glad to hear. We got off to a rough start, but turned the situation around rather well.
Market Garden was a hell of a risk. But if anybody could pull it off well, it was you, Eisenhower. A textbook victory. The Netherlands have been liberated, but the Nazis are massing their forces in that direction. It's time we plan an offensive from a different route to avoid a slaughterhouse the Nazis are preparing for us.
It seems Monty won't be celebrating Christmas in Berlin after all.
Yeah, let's return to the game and actually finish. So we've still have some locations to clear and some flags to capture. Yeah, so basically need to clear that island as well. Let's start bombing this artillery and let's refuel with this plane. Let's start firing at those guys. Okay, those are out of ammo, so maybe no need to bomb them actually. Let's land our strategic bombers for now.
Flying to the coordinates. Flying leathernecks. Ammunition is dangerously low. Let's go.
Let's resupply. Let's go through the aircraft actually. Yeah, let's move all of them to this airfield for refueling, and so that they're ready if they need to help out with any targets around here. Let's move the assault gun in here. And this guy's closer, I guess. Yeah, let's end the turn. Guess can finish off those guys and level up my artillery. Let's take Defender, it allows to support several times per turn, which is really useful. Okay. Okay, finally got that guy, couldn't really defeat those guys for, I don't know, like how all the operation. Okay, let's land our aircraft actually. Oh, that was a misclick. Okay, took out those guys. Let's end the turn. Okay, so now the seaport is restored. So could actually move these guys in here and finish off the operation. So we've got 400 out of 400, Soldier's Medal plus 1 command point, and Knight Grand Cross of the Netherlands Lion plus 1 move point to the HQ granted by the Kingdom of the Netherlands. I've got quite a lot of losses, so I mean like repair costs, so you could probably do better, but overall it's quite nice. So we finished the operation and I've only lost a non-core tactical bomber, so that's tolerable. And let's see the outro cinematic, I guess. And we'll finish this episode.
Montgomery, I gave you carte blanche on this one. So where is your decisive victory?
Our operation was 90% successful. We pushed deeply into Holland and forced Jerry well onto his back foot. If you hadn't ordered that we stop the offensive...
Montgomery, you dropped lightly armed paratroopers onto a pair of panzer divisions.
We lost 3 times the Nazi casualties. This can't continue.
From this point on, our forces must advance simultaneously, on a broad front. No more gambling.
You cannot possibly blame me. I used the intelligence your headquarters gave me. How did they miss those panzer units?
Monty, this is pathetic. Be a man and admit you were wrong.
You stay out of this. When I need some injured soldiers slapped around, I'll ask your opinion.
Why, you lousy pipsqueak?
That's enough. The both of you. We failed because we overestimated ourselves and underestimated the enemy. And neither shall happen again.
Couldn't agree more, Ike. So what's our next move?
No more razzle-dazzle football. We have to build up our reserves and level out the front line.
So as you can see, by completing that secondary objective, with capturing like V2 launch, actually it's a typo, it should be V2. So we've captured some V2 rockets and can use them now. Yeah, so we are back in our headquarters and we'll talk to the generals and manage our army and HQ skills in the next episode when we're back to play in the US campaign. So if you have any questions, leave them on our community hubs, let us know on Discord and everything, and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. Yeah. Thank you everyone for watching, have a good day and goodbye.